Well, hello and welcome. My name's Stewart Barr. I'm a Professor of Geography at the University of Exeter, and I'm also Director of Education in the Geography Department. And my research is in human geography. So what I'd like to do is just give you an overview of what I'm going to talk to you about today in terms of the postgraduate taught programmes that we offer in geography here at the Streatham Campus. I'll say a little bit about the Geography Department here at Streatham, and then I'll talk in some detail about the two programmes that we have available, the MRes in Critical Human Geographies and the MRes in Sustainable Futures. I'll then give you an overview of the research culture that we have here at the Streatham Campus in geography, and importantly our 4 human geography research groups at this campus, and then also the energy policy group at the Penryn campus. And then I'll finish off by talking about some of the opportunities you'll have both in terms of when you're studying at the university, but also the employability and further training projects and prospects that are available to you when you leave the university. So let's think about why you might want to come to the University of Exeter to study for your postgraduate qualification in geography. Well, I think one of the best reasons you'd want to come to Exeter is the fantastic research culture that we can offer postgraduate taught students. We offer 2 dedicated programmes in the geography department, and what that means is that we generally have a relatively small number of students who are coming together to study intensively for their postgraduate degree. Now, this is fantastic because what it means is that you get to study with a group of people who are dedicated to a particular subject, and there's a fantastic research culture within the department that works between postgraduate taught students, those who are studying for research degrees, PhDs and MPhils, and of course the academic researchers and academic lecturers within the department. Now, this is all fostered through a fantastic research culture that includes academic research seminars, visiting speakers, research group events, residentials and so on. What that means for you is that you'll be immersed in your research, which is really going to enable you to engage with your subject all the way through your full or part-time qualification. In addition to that, we've got some fantastic research facilities at the university set up for both social as well as natural scientists. And in addition to that, the geography department is well located with access to the library and other excellent university facilities. Speaking as somebody who did my undergraduate as well as postgraduate degrees here at the university, it's such a friendly place to be. You'll be really welcomed here, straight into a great research culture. So we really want to encourage you to come to have a great experience at Exeter. So if we start by thinking about the MRes in Critical Human Geographies, this is a world-renowned course at the University of Exeter, and some of the comments we've had from our external examiners over the years attest to the fact that this is a programme that is taught by world-leading experts in critical human geography. And this is a specifically designed programme enabling students to get a broad range of expertise and experiences in research in contemporary human geography. You'll be immersed in a whole series of modules which enable you to consider the theoretical, conceptual, as well as the methodological implications of study in contemporary human geography. Now, these reflect our research groups in human geography. So we cover areas such as knowledge politics, cultural geographies, we look at environment and sustainability, at nature and biopolitics, as well as governance. And what this means is that you get a really broad exposure to the kinds of topics that you may well want to either go on and follow for further study in the form of an MPhil or a PhD, or indeed that will equip you for the world of work outside of the university sector. Now, because of the way that we've constructed the course, all of the classes are seminar-based, they're grounded in group discussion, you'll be taught by some of the world-leading experts in critical human geography. Now, in addition to those thematic components, we also have a really strong methodological training base as part of this programme. So students take courses in both quantitative and qualitative research methods, which enable them to have a good level of experience and research training, whatever research degree they choose to pursue, or indeed whether they go into the world of work straight after the degree programme. And of course, the flagship of this kind of degree is the dissertation that you do at the end of the programme over the summer vacation. This gives you the opportunity to develop your research skills through a very substantial piece of work which is finally submitted as a 15,000 word dissertation. The MRes in Sustainable Futures is a really world-leading and exciting programme for students who want to get to grips with the interdisciplinary research challenges of our time as they relate to sustainability and global environmental change, particularly climate change. Now, we all recognise that some of the most profound problems that we face as a global society, such as anthropogenic climate change, environmental hazards and so on, require us to address these problems not from just one perspective, for example the social sciences, but from the social sciences, arts and humanities, creative industries, as well as the environmental and life sciences. And this programme is a fantastic innovation in that area, enabling students to get a great deal of expertise in both the theoretical and methodological implications of studying in an interdisciplinary way. So in that way, you'll be undertaking a series of modules with students from different disciplines, which will enable you to understand the different debates, the contested ways that knowledge is constructed, how people attempt to research these ideas differently using a whole range of methods. And that, of course, once again culminates in the research dissertation, where you'll be deploying interdisciplinary research methods as a way of exploring a problem of your choice, once again culminating in a 15,000 word dissertation. Now, the really exciting thing about both MRes programs that I've outlined is that they're available as ESRC, that's Economic and Social Research Council accredited programs. Now, that's really important for anybody who wants to go on study for a research degree such as a PhD, and indeed anybody who wants to go into a line of work which will require a large degree of primary research. Now, ESRC accreditation means that the Economic and Social Research Council has approved in particular the methodological training as part of the programmes as being rigorous enough for its requirements for students who are going on to do PhDs. Now, what that means in practice is that students will have had a really high level advanced degree of training in both quantitative and qualitative analysis. So for students who want to go on and pursue a PhD that would be funded by the ESRC, it enables them to have a direct route, so no additional research training would be required. And the University of Exeter is part of the Doctoral Training Partnership in the southwest of England, and it's one of only a small number of doctoral training partnerships across the UK that the ESRC uses to distribute its research funding. So these programmes are really at the very forefront of methodological training. And that's also represented in the way that we enable students to learn and also the way that we assess students. So the teaching that we undertake is all done in small group contexts. You have a lot of contact with a personal tutor as well as module leaders. We operate a system of open office hours so that you can gain access to the expert academics who are teaching you. And in terms of assessment, what we really want to do is to enable you to have a variety of ways to demonstrate your success through the degree programme. So of course there will be things like essays and presentations, but there will also be more innovative assessments, group presentations, posters, reports, practical examinations that you may undertake as part of some of your modules. And of course there's the large-scale 15,000 word dissertation, which for most students is the thing that they're proudest of at the end of the degree, and it's the thing that they take either to their forthcoming PhD advisor or to a job interview to showcase what they've done during their studies. Now, as I've mentioned before, we have a really fantastic research culture here in geography at the University of Exeter, and this is organised around 5 research groups. 4 of those research groups are based here at the Streatham Campus, and then the Energy Policy Group operates at the Penryn Campus. Now, these groups are ways of organising the research we do in the department. They're a way of categorising specialisms, enabling academics, researchers and postgraduate students to work together. And these groups are designed as a support mechanism to enable people to come together in weekly group meetings, to read each other's papers, to help each other write, as well as residential events such as writing retreats, which enable people to get to grips with the challenges that they're facing in their research. And you as an MRes student would be fully integrated into these groups, which meet weekly during term time. So then inevitably we come to the question of, well, what might you do with your MRes degree when you graduate from the University of Exeter? Well, the first thing to say is that we offer excellent support to each and every student at the university who is looking for employment or further study at the end of their degree programme. And this is offered by our career zone based on the Streatham Campus within the Forum building. And you've got access to a really wide range of excellent opportunities that are offered. Lots and lots of support workshops dedicated to things like CV writing or undertaking interviews or finding internships. And we've got a whole series of employability advisors who can give you great advice on where you should take your career from here. So that's the support we can offer. What might you actually do? Well, there are two pathways that really open up for you when you leave the university after doing an MRes degree. I've talked a little bit about ESRC accreditation for higher degrees, so MPhils and PhDs. And that's something that's really exciting because the MRes degrees enable you to take that research expertise that you've learnt in the course and directly apply it to a higher degree by research for a 3 or 4 year programme. The research methods you've learnt will enable you to undertake your empirical research with success. And of course, the theoretical training will enable you to understand the intellectual implications of what you're studying. But a PhD may not be for you. And so if you want to go directly into employment after graduation, there are some fantastic destinations that former graduates have gone into. Now, many of these cover the broad range in the public and the third sector. So you might go and work for a local authority as a transport planner. You might go and work for an environmental agency as an advisor. There's lots of different opportunities that are open to you. So I'd really encourage you, when you're thinking about applying for these programs, to consider that they equally equip you both for doing research in the future, but also directly into employment. Well, thank you very much for listening. It's been really good to outline the offering that we have here in geography at the University of Exeter. And I really look forward to your application and to seeing you soon here at the University of Exeter. Please do get in touch if you've got any questions.